Tomorrow, I get to see John Wick Chapter 4, one of my most anticipated films for this entire year. I've stayed away from a lot of the trailers besides really much just the first one. I don't know much going into it, but I'm about to go to bed and I'm about to go to sleep and wake up, go to work, and then go and see the movie. And I'm excited to give you guys my reaction to that because we're going to have a great movie review, a ranking, as soon as we can put it all up. And if you're a fan of John Wick, then this is definitely going to be the channel for you guys because I'm a major fan of this. And I think if this film hits the mark, this film is as perfect as I've heard it to be. Because I had someone who actually saw the film last year and said it was perfect and it was a masterpiece and probably the best film in the franchise yet. And if it does hit that mark and it hits my expectations for what I expect from this film, I'm ready to say it. John Wick is the best action franchise of all time. So with that said, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Comment down below your guys' thoughts. Are you guys a fan of the John Wick franchise? And come along with me because we're going to get some rest. And then we're going to go throughout the day. And I'm going to sit there trying not to be too excited for almost a 3-hour John Wick film.
4 hours later.
I just got back from watching John Wick Chapter 4. And I'm ready to say right now that this film not just cements John Wick as the best action franchise of all time. This is a bona fide masterpiece. This is a bona fide action badass masterpiece. I'm like about to cry with how much in love with this film I was. And I've always really loved the John Wick franchise. But this was just incredible. This is genuinely my out of the theater reaction to this movie of how incredible it was from top to bottom. And one of the things that I was most impressed with was the pacing of the film. At 2 hours and I think 49 minutes, it flies by. You completely disappear back into the John Wick assassination world. And you get all this fantastic action from top to bottom. And by the very end of the film, I was like, this is the swan song of John Wick. I know they've announced the John Wick 5. We don't need it. I'll tell you that right now. We don't need it. This is where you just cap off and end while you are on top. The ending of this film I thought was perfect. Everything about this movie very much harkens back to some of those old epic action films and epic action westerns and mixing all those different vibes that just cements this as, again, one of the best action films of all time. I am genuinely, I'm literally in love with this film. And I definitely want to hear your guys' thoughts down below on this. I do have a full review coming soon. Again, this is just my out of the theater reaction. I am just, my mind's blown. Like, the best thing I can say, and just, again, I'm going to leave a lot of this for my review, is the film opens and has a great action scene. And I'm like, this is great. This is excellent. And it only got better from there. Like, the first action scene, I'm like, I've seen this before, but it's John Wick. It's awesome. It's fun. Then you get to this, like, second long action set piece. And oh my god, it even got better. And I'm like, okay, now I get why everyone's saying that this is the best John Wick film. But no. Then you have the final act. The last 45 minutes of the film. That's where the money hit. The last 45 minutes of this movie is perfection. I mean, the rest of the film I thought was pretty much perfection, but that last 45 minutes will be cemented in my head for the rest of my life. One of the best car chases I've ever seen in action, and I will go as far to say I'm obsessed with watching one-shot takes. The one-shot take in this film is the best one-shot take I've ever seen in an action film. I've not seen probably every one-shot take in the world, but sometimes when I'm bored on YouTube, I like to look up the best one-shotters from action films or any sort of film. This is one of the best. I love this movie. Make sure to leave your thoughts down below. Hit that like and subscribe button. And again, look forward to my full review and a John Wick ranking next week.